All right, here's our next project, Lab 8. The schedule's been updated. Everything's been moved back a week. So it's all right. It'll still work out perfectly, so I don't have a problem there. Active memory capture. The recording from last year, it's kind of the same, but not really. A lot of the questions are different. And I actually given you more stuff to do this time. The assignment PDF is there, which will open in a second, but there's also an additional PDF on here. It's a free book I found. I don't know, it's really a book. It's more of a document. But a really, really good explanation of capturing memory in page files. Real easy, and it actually goes through a demo using FTK. So look at it. Okay, I actually looked at it. So let's talk about this project here. Okay, so the project says you got a machine. You need to get something off it while it's running now. Okay. In the past, I had the students actually do the capturing of the memory. Caused major issues. I will tell you why it caused issues. We have a student like Patrick would do it right now. But would have a large percentage of the students wait till what? Halfway through, maybe 3/4 of the way through. So then they got to be a backlog because it took quite a few minutes to actually connect and capture. And say Patrick didn't disconnect. Well, then the next guy can't get in because Patrick didn't disconnect. So what would happen is I get an email, I've been trying to connect for the last 6 hours. I go in there and somebody forgot to disconnect their machine. So what I did was I'm going to give you the steps how to do it, but I actually did it. It's not difficult. Okay? So do it yourself. Now, for this one, you can use FTK 1.8, 1.6, and FTK 6. You need FTK 6 for part of it. FTK 8.1 will do some of it. Okay? You can actually do them both from home now. Okay? I gave you a link to FTK 6, but when you install it, you must say you're putting the database, the evidence processor, and FTK all on your machine. Because in the past, what we did is we had a separate database you just connected to. We got to thinking, why? We didn't really need it. So this time we actually set it up where each machine has its own database because the problem was people weren't clearing out the database before and that caused issues. So now you get your own private database so you can actually run it from home. It'll connect to the same licensing server. Should not have an issue. I stress, should not have an issue. Okay. I gave you 2 different links to get it from. If for some reason you can't get it from there, accessdata.com, supports, downloads, FTK6. It's not that hard. Okay, but I think both of those links will get it for you. When you do get it, go to Manage Evidence. Well, what will happen is a pop-up, which you'll see in a minute, will come up, cancel it. You're not going to add evidence through the normal way. We're going to add it through Import Memory Dump. Okay? Call the lab anything you want, and then import. I'm going to walk you through how to do this. If you want to do it on your virtual machine. Now, on your desktop is an actual folder called SP16 Active Memory Capture. That should work. I stress should. But I actually did it twice because the page file didn't import correctly the first time. So the one on your desktop should work, except the page file is called differently. But if you go to the one on the student Dropbox right here, that one will actually work fine. I guarantee it. I also put both of the files you need up on my Dropbox account. Now you all should got an email from me today about Dropbox. I use Dropbox for everything, especially for giving out assignments. I'm running low on space because these take up gigabytes sometimes. If you don't have a Dropbox account, follow the link I gave you and just sign up for one. It's free. You get 5 gigs for free. I'm just running out of space. And I'm like, can I go delete this? But every time I go delete one, the students say, no, I need that file. So, but if you already have an account, don't worry about it. If you do not have a Dropbox account, follow the link you got an email from me about. Sign up, install it. I mean, it's an excellent app. It's a free way of sharing files. I mean, anyone else have Dropbox? Assuming you do, Greg.
Among other things.
Yeah, I mean, I have lots of them. Dropbox seems to be the easiest just to share with somebody. Seems to be. I mean, they all you can. It just seems to be the easiest. If you don't have one, just sign up for it. I mean, I get nothing out of it other than more space. So, here's last year's image, which we're actually going to use in our demo today. Okay. The memory capture is called whatever. I mean, it says Actually, it's not called that, but you'll be able to see it. It's not hard to see. You can find it. When you connect to the thing, folder, actually it is. It's called Lab 8 and get the files. It's not hard to do. The steps I did to get it was I installed an agent. Okay. Basically type in, I go into Encase, do add remote data, give an IP address, install the agent, give it a domain account. It actually connects to that PC, installs a temporary agent, then it pulls the actual memory and saves it. Okay. It doesn't take, like I said, it takes 2 minutes to disconnect, but when I did the capture today, it took about 30 minutes. So not the best thing to do. Okay. It says use FTK. It says you don't have connection to do it on your home now if you want to. That's fine. The last 3 questions are bonus. I give you all the questions here. Read through them. They're different than the last time. They're different point values each. Some of them are more than others. I tried to look at it like which ones took a little more effort to find. Okay, easy enough on what you're going to do, and I'm going to walk you how to do it all. Okay, I added a lot more to this one than I did last year. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we have FTK. Actually, I'm bringing up my virtual machine, so I'm going to pause the recording while I get my virtual machine up. All right, my virtual machine is now up. Now I'm going to double click on FTK here. It's going to take a while, so I'm going to pause again until that comes up. By the way, it will take a long while to come up, probably 2-3 minutes, so don't click too early, just give it a chance. Okay, it did take what, 4 minutes? 3 minutes, 5, 12? It took like an hour, but it finally came up. And actually it's still not up, but at least got a splash screen now. Okay, the first thing that comes up is the database. Okay, the database is installed on the local machine. Come on, jeez. By the way, we had an issue with this running with an update, and the problem was Python. We had updated Python. This needs an older version of Python. So if it won't run, you might need to downgrade your Python, or actually run both. You might have to install an old version of Python. Jeez, you'd think it'd be done sometime today. Okay, there, almost there. I'm going to pause until it really finishes. All right, now it's actually up. Now I'm going to type in my username and password. It's top secret. It's user. The password is user. Everybody got that? User. It's pretty crazy stuff. Okay, then it's going to connect here. Connect it to a local database. Now we need to go in and say we want a new case. We're going to call this, we did case new. We're going to give it a name Ken. There was an issue, if you watch my recording, with the prior version because the case folder directory had an issue. It really would cause all kinds of problems. But it's okay now. They fixed it. So you just type in Ken and say OK. Now, it's going to take a minute, so I'm going to pause again. So the screen went away. We're still waiting. It's still working on it. Don't freak out. Even though it goes away, it is still working on it. It's been like, what, 6 hours now, I think, we've been waiting? Okay, not quite 6 hours. But it's been a while. And it's still not up. Are you serious? It's what now?
Wasn't even this slow for me.
Yeah, well, you have that crazy machine. No, you don't. You have a crappy machine. Oh. Okay, so what's up? So am I recording now? Let's make sure I'm recording. Yes, I'm recording. Okay, so it came up. Now, first thing, like I said in requirements, normally here's where you add your evidence. Cancel. We're not adding evidence here, okay? We're going to hit cancel. Then this is the, shit, I can't even get to the top here. There we go. Okay. Up here at the top, under evidence, we're going to go import memory dump. Okay, not add evidence or add remote. Now, when you do the active capture, you do add remote, but I did that for you. So you're going to do import memory dump. Give it an agent name, call it anything you want. Let's say Ken. Thought of that myself. And go to wherever you downloaded the file to. Okay? Oh crap, I didn't put it on my machine. Shit. Okay. Well, when you guys put it on your machine, that's why I deleted it off here. You'll see, there'll actually be 2 files called memdump. Okay? Click on the first one and say open, and it'll actually... Okay, it popped... Okay, no, okay, they did do. So they were both there. Okay, yeah. If you clicked on the one called memory dump, that's right, this is only showing the mem files, that's why. and it'll automatically populate the second line for the swap file. That was the issue I had, the page file and swap file issue. Now this is going to take a little while to process here. Now Patrick said his died once.
Can you not just do it straight from the file server? Can you not just point it at that?
Actually, you could. You could point straight to the file server. In other words, when it came up, you literally could type in the path of the file server at that point. Your login is the same login you use to get into vSphere, not rows. So whatever you log into vSphere with, it's rows / I realize you don't put the rows in it, but it really is. Rows / your username and password. Okay. While that's doing that, I'm going to let that come up for a minute here.
And I do have one question. I was thinking on the last year's,
Yeah?
it didn't have a swap file.
Correct, it did not. This year does.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah, this is the big change. Last year had no swap file.
Okay.
Yeah, this year there is a swap file. While that's coming up, I'm going to bring up 8.1.6 local. And then I'm also going to go download this link right here. I'm going to get last year's image real quick. Okay, and I'm going to, I already have one. Click download. It's downloading, go pretty quick. Okay, so while that's downloading, let's see if this thing's done. Oh, I hate this. Okay. Yeah, we ever have this issue when you try to bring up, you minimize your window, and the way you fix it, it sucks. You got to close it. It doesn't really close it. Then you got to bring it back up. I know it's stupid. I don't know why it does it, but it does. So there, we have our memory in here. If I can somehow get enough screen to scroll. And scroll over, maybe? Well, heck. Maybe go up and then drag this over. No, we need this one. There we go. We need that one. We're going to say close. Get rid of that. Now, so what I did was I actually brought, now this is the actual live case, so I'm not going to go around it too much. But inside of FTK here, we have a bunch of different tabs. Explore, overall. If you go to overall, you see you actually have, just, there's the file we brought in. There's really nothing else in here, okay? But under the volatile tab, when you go to volatile, you'll see some processes. Now, if you click on it, you'll actually see the name. There you go, and you have to answer some questions based on this. Then you'll see some DLLs. You can answer some questions based on this. Same with sockets. What was a socket? Someone tell me what a socket is. Anybody?
It's a combination of an IP address and a port.
Very good. It's a combination of an IP address and a port. So for instance, when I connect to www.microsoft.com, that results to an IP address. And since I'm using a web browser, I connect on port 80. So Microsoft.com, port 80 is a socket. Okay? Everybody get that? Now if you look here, you can actually sort. Like I go in here and sort by port. There it is. Port 80, port 0, and you could even go through and look at all the different ports it used. So I can see that we made a connection from this machine to this machine on this port. Now since that was the FTK agent, that's probably the machine I was grabbing the image from. Okay? I also say I connected from this machine. Now, okay, looking at these two here, which one's internal, which one's external? Here, let's go down here. That one. So which one's internal, which one's external? Anybody?
Local's internal.
Local's internal, and that's the 10 address. And the remote is 164, that's the external. Okay? So answer questions based on that. What this is showing is this machine had a TCP connection on port 3999 from this address to this address. Okay? Now, the local port and the remote port are not always the same, because believe it or not, when you surf the web, you really don't do it on port 80. Did you all realize that? Well, here's an example. Like when I type in www.google.com, I'm connecting to Google on port 80. I'm not on port 80. Next example, I'm on 1683. Okay, so the local port is not going to be 80. The remote port will be 80. Okay, so
And you may actually have more than one because it'll have a different local port for different windows or conversations.
you could have a bunch. And actually, let's look here. Here's a prime example of what he's saying. If you look, these are all the same local address and even the same remote address, but look at all these ports. The remotes are all the same. So maybe I'm downloading different images, got multiple pages or whatever I got going. I might have multiple things going on. That's why I might have multiple ports. Okay, so there's some questions based on that. Okay, now if I could, there we go. All right, there's a couple. Man, this is really hard when the window sucks.
Shrink the desktop.
Well, yeah, I've actually done that before. Yeah. Well, I don't need to show you too much more in here. But you can look through all these and you might be able to get a few answers out of these. Okay? Now, there is an option called live search and index search. We need to discuss these two. These will be your friends. Let me explain the difference. Index search. When you bring evidence into FTK, it actually indexes every bit of it at that point. It reads every file, it reads everything, it makes a huge index. So if I want to find the name Ken Dewey, I go to index search, and every piece of evidence it brought in, it has already indexed it. So Ken Dewey should already be in the index if it's in the file. Do you agree with that? No problem. It's very, very quick. But FTK, there's a name for it. I don't remember what the name is. They told me when I went through the class years and years ago. They also do some fuzzy searching. So you might search for Ken. So it might say, let's also give him Kent and Can and Ken with a dash. So it gives you what you want plus extra bonus words. Sometimes that gets to be an issue. Okay? Say I search for Ken at gmail.com. It's actually going to search for Ken in Gmail. And that it's going to search for the at as well, but it's going to replace that at with a lot of different characters, trying to use it like a divider. It's kind of weird the way it does it. So if I go to type in here under index search, Ken at gmail.com, it's probably not going to find it. Because it considers the at sign a separator. It's kind of weird. I'll show you an example when we get another window in a second. Now live search, actually when you type in what you're looking for and say search, it actually searches at that point, yes.
If you put it in quotes, will it not have it edited?
I'm not positive on that.
Slashes,
Try it.
or slashes kind of like red.
Yeah, I think, well, it is if you do it in index search. We're going to get there right now. Live search. The difference between index, remember index built this whole table. Live search, it does the search now. And there's something called regex or regular expressions. That's how I've been grading y'all's homework a little bit more accurately lately. Is, like if I put in, gmail.com. A regular expression, the dot actually means any character. So you get Gmail A, Gmail B, Gmail 3, it doesn't matter. So the A could be any character. But if I put a slash in front of it, that makes it a literal. Then it's actually gmail.com. That makes it so it's no longer that separator, it's an actual character. So if I did Ken at gmail.com with a slash before the at, a slash before the period, it solves the problem. But it has to be a regular expression, yeah.
When I try to use the index, it says index not found.
In here or in the other one?
In this.
Okay. Now, when we brought in our memory, remember we did add memory dump, import memory dump. I still doesn't think, and I don't think it's doing the swap file correctly. Add that as a separate memory item or separate evidence item. I think that will solve your problem. But I'm going to show you another way to make it easier for you. Okay? So I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to bring up this. Okay? Let me find where I put that file real quick. Show in folder. Let's minimize this guy. Now I'm just going to copy that one over to here. Here's what I recommend to do to make this project easier for you. So listen up. Well, I should have brought in the other version. Oh, well, this will be close enough. Use 8.1.6 for all the searching. Use FTK 6 for anything on the volatile tab. The ports, the DLLs, the sockets, and all that. All the other questions use 1.8.1.6. Okay, and I'm going to show you why. So now I'm going to go over here. I'm going to add some evidence. In my case, it'll be called Ken. That's fine. I want to data carve my evidence. So I'm going to click data carve. I'm going to say carving. And I want to automatically add them to my case. Then I'm going to go next. I want to add some evidence. I would not select try individual file. I think you'll be better off with individual file. Then I'm going to go to Forensics, Lab 8. Now you guys have 2 files. I would add both of them. Okay, so at this point, if I was you, I would click Add. I would do individual file, even though it's individual. I would select both of them. Actually, I'll add both of these now. I'm going to add both of these files. I'm going to say OK and OK. Then I'm going to do Next, and I'm going to say Finish. Now, while this is processing, well, we'll talk about it. So what it's doing now, it's actually, you see, it's indexing, it's filtering, and all that stuff. It's bringing it all in. It's examined 9, 10, 11, whatever items, and it's actually bringing it into my case. Now that it's done, now it's data carving. Okay? And it's going through the same thing you did in Lab 2. It's looking for the PDF, it's looking for the doc, it's looking for the GIF, it's looking for the everything on the list. So let's let this thing finish, and then I will return. I have a student who makes really good money, close to $90,000 with only an associate's degree. Okay? Do you think he's only basing or only doing what we taught him in this class? No, this is just get your, it's to whet your appetite. It's the appetizer course of your experience. Now you're going to go out and start doing things, trying other things. So don't think I could never teach you all. There's too much stuff. You should go way above and beyond what I do. Okay, so now I got my 2 files in here. Now this is not the same image you're working with, so I'll have less stuff. Now if I click on data card, you'll see I actually recovered some files. I can actually go over here to graphics. Why is there no graphics? Anyone remember? Someone tell me.
List all descendants.
List all descendants. Very good. You see, I actually got 5 graphics. Okay? They suck. Remember, this is coming out of memory, so it's probably just a portion of the memory. Okay? So, but obviously you can tell which website did this image use? Facebook. We already have some evidence. We now have evidence they went to Facebook because that's a Facebook graphic. Okay, the one you work on has a lot more graphics. Okay, so I can go to graphics, but I want to go to the search. Let's go to the index search. Let's search for a cat. There you go. Look at that. I got 160 hits on cat. You all see that? Right here. I typed in cat. I got 161 hits on cat. So I'm going to add it. Now I'm going to go over here and I want to see the results for cat. I want to search all files. Why is it so quick? Why did it do it instantly? Anybody?
It's already indexed.
It's indexed. It's already done for me. Okay, so now we did a query on cat. I'm going to get on here. I'm going to click on this guy. Whoa, there's the word cat right there. Some file, whatever this is, had arrow is a blizz cat, com, couple, whatever. Okay, I click on this one. Had the word cat. Oh, that one had a different cat. That one had a cat. So I can select all these different ones. Okay. So let's do a different word. Let's search for Dewey. My name might be in there. Actually, it is. Wow. Okay. I don't even know what image this is. So we're going to add Dewey. Now I could do view cumulative results, but I really just want to see the results for Dewey at the moment. I'll file. And now I'm going to get down. I got 2 hits for Dewey. Whoa, check it out. That's a PDF file down there. Remember I imported the PDF file as well? It's got my name on it. Now I can also go down here and say, you know what, I want to see the text view of that. I can see the hex view of that. Remember, it's a PDF right there. Okay.
One of the files you imported wasn't the memory file.
I know, it was the actual PDF file. Yeah, I did that to make ease of finding things. Okay. I got another version of Dewey, and there it is. Whatever this thing is. Now I can actually look over here, and I can see this hit was actually a text hit. Merch Dewey browse in place, whatever that is. Okay, so it's something in that memory dump file. Okay? Click on it and actually see it. It's right there. So it shows you exactly where it finds it. So search for everything in here. Okay. Now let's go back and let's do.
Was that where you did the capture? It looks like it's got a server.
It might be.
A server name and a.
Yeah, but I didn't catch it for merch. Merch is what William uses for everything. Merch is kind of a word that really means nothing. It's kind of like.
I was wondering if that's where he was pulling the image from.
It shouldn't be, but you never know. Actually, this image was made years ago, so I'm not sure. But okay. So I'm going to search in ken@gmail.com. So even though I typed ken@gmail.com, you'll notice it gave me a whole bunch of different possibilities here. it kind of, like I said, does that searching. Well, not quite what you look for, but it might be close. So let's try. I don't think Ken with quotes is in there. I really don't think it is. The problem is I don't know what's in this image. Let's just do @Gmail. There's nothing with @Gmail. Okay. There's Gmail by itself. Let's see what's in Gmail here. Gmail, show individual results, all files. Oh, there's one. So there's a couple of them. Yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah, it's weird, but just play it. It's not hard. Now, I want to show you the other one, Live Search. Now, Live Search has some options here. You all know what ASCII is? That's straight text, basically. Unicode is like 2 characters for every one. I was trying to think of an easy example to show you, but I can't. If you're searching for text, always include Unicode, because it might help. Now let's search for ken@gmail.com. Now, if I do add here, now, well, it doesn't automatically give the results. So if I say search all files, now it's actually going back out to my image and actually searching again. Okay, and obviously I didn't find any. Not normally handy, but what if I do Ken .star gmail.com. Let's just see if that gives me anything. But this time I'm going to tell me it's actually a regular expression. Did I get regex in there? Now we're going to do search. No guarantees it'll find it. Oh, damn you. Let's find something. Let's just search for, how about the range of A through Z, in the range of A through E, the range of 0 through 9. So I told it, search for the letters A through Z, A through E, and 0 through 9. So it's going to be any of those combination. I'm going to click add. Again, I don't know if it's going to be in here. We're just going to try it. Hopefully it finds something. Seriously?
You missed the bracket.
Did I? Well, heck, it's not going to. Yeah, I see it. Hold on. So I did A through Z, A through E, 0 through 9, correct?
Z through 3.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are killing me. Do A through E. There you go. Regular expression, add, search, go. Oh, whoa. All kinds of them now. Okay. So now I'm going to review my results. So let's look at what it found. So in my query, it found VB8. Well, yeah, remember my query was A through Z. So A through Z was a V, obviously. A through E gave me a B for sure, and 0 through 9 gave me an A. So VB8 is a perfect example of that. So, see how that works? I mean, I gave you this much of regular expressions. You can do so much. Me and Roy spent 2 or 3 hours last night solving a regular expression to find the number 5. Just that, just the 5. But I don't want to accept 0.5, and I don't want to accept 5 point. I'm literally just the 5. But I want to allow you to type in 5 gallons and still find just the 5. But I don't want to accept 5.0 gallons or 0.5 gallons. You can see how it can get very detailed. That was like a 15-character expression by the time we were done. But it's tough. It's very tough. But I'm just giving you a little bit of an insight. Now, also inside of Live Search, there's this arrow. Maybe I want to find an IP address. Well, if I click on Edit Expressions, you can see an IP address. It's saying, okay, let's look for a 1 or a 2, then a 0 through 9, and then a period. So basically we have an IP address that can start with a 1 or a 2, then a 0 through 9, 0 through 9. Make sense? Then a period. This is the literal period because it's got a slash in front of it. So screwed number up here, we're looking for number, then either a dash or nothing, or a space, dash or space, then a number, dash space, number. These are regular expressions, okay? There's tons of information on them. You can add your own to this. But let's do this and let's search for IP address. So I'm going to look for an IP address and all of this stuff. And we should find some. Yes, we have plenty. Let's look through our results. Okay. There is our IP address search. There you go. So is 75.126.139.60 an IP address? I don't know, but it meets the criteria of 2 numbers, dot, whatever. So it meets the criteria. And there's another one, 10.10.40.48. Obviously that is an IP address for sure. So you see how you can use it. Now, here's the difference. That is ASCII. That is Unicode. You see how the 10 is taking up 2 spaces? See that, everybody? So the 10 is actually taking up 2. That's Unicode. All right. So if you not included Unicode, you wouldn't have got this. But we know that's Unicode because it's actually 10.10.93.53, which is one of the systems we used. There's the actual text one there. That's why you want to use both. So everybody else can how the search works? I did not give you searches that are very complex. Most of them, I think all but one, will actually do index just fine. Yes?
So every search is going to be, we can find them all with 1.81.
Yes, you can. Every search will work with 1.81. Good question. That's how I did them all, because it's so much easier. Once you play with them all, you'll come to the same conclusion. 1.81 is easier.
Run back and try to search something in your 6.0, because when I tried to add just the swap file, it wouldn't let me. It has to have them both, otherwise it says it's a no-no.
Hold on. He wants me to try something here. Let's bring this back up. Okay, what do you want me to search?
Anything, just something. Because when I do that, it says no index, and I can't fix it. There you go.
You have to regenerate the index?
Yeah, but you'd think when I added import memory dump, it would have automatically done it. Now, how did you add your evidence? Add right here?
I used import memory dump.
Oh, no. Try add just regular add evidence. Add the swap file as actual evidence. Go here, click add an individual file, then get the swap file right here, and say yes.
Call it an individual file?
Yeah, do individual file. Yeah, because I think that's what happened. I think it has to go through here to be indexed. I don't know why. I didn't write this program. But I tell you, that document, that other PDF that's up there, he gives a really good explanation using 1.81.6. And he talks about searching and all that stuff. Index searching, live searching, and everything. So that's why I put it up there. I figured, because I was actually looking for why I can't get the search to work, like he's saying. So I found that document, and then I just did 1.81.6. So we'll know here in a second if this is going to work. Let me pause for a second.
I was gonna say most of
Okay, I got that added. Okay, so now I'm going to say okay. Close. Now we're going to close this. Now we're going to try our index again. Still not there. You suck. I don't know why it's not there.
Why isn't in your total hits it says NA?
not about
Yeah, because there's no index to search with. See, but if we go in here, it should be showing me files right now, and I don't know why it's not.
Did it earlier?
I did it in 8.1.6. I literally did it in the other program because it worked better. I did the volatile tab here, is the only tab I did here. There's got to be a way in here to get it to re-index case.
tools will let you re-index it.
Tools. Let's see, re-index, image integrity, restore, mount, image, disk viewer, other applications, imager, agent port, push agent. Manage, I don't see it. I really don't. You think it'd be right here somewhere where it says, manually, process manually carved items. Additional analysis maybe. Hold on.
Indexing tools.
I think we found it. There it is. Okay, let's go back to where we were at. We were under evidence, additional analysis tools. Click it.
Mine's grayed out.
It's because you're not cool like me. Okay, index search, and there should be data carve in here. Decrypt, merge case index. Miscellaneous, data carve. There's data carve even. We're making progress. Actually, no, we're going to hit cancel on data carve because that'll take a while. Let's just re-index. Okay, oh, and when this comes up, you're going to see it over here. It's queued. Give it a minute. It'll finally come up. Here we go. We found it. It's under evidence, additional tools. Yours is grayed out, really?
I'm reloading it to see if it stops that.
Huh.
Did you pull the file in?
You added the file like I did as an individual file. Evidence, add at the very top.
Let me try that.
It's processing.
So if you don't hold your mouth right.
Yeah, it's. So, while this is processing, majority of you got like all the passwords, most of the passwords, put it that way. Easy enough to do that project? The last one, the
Yeah.
online thing? Okay. So other than the grading, it went okay? And after you all found where to put that hint in the online password tab thing there?
Well, it wasn't a standard Cisco deal. That was what threw me. And of course, I didn't read the entire. I'm an instructor, so I don't read the entire
I know.
instructions.
This time, I read it. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. No, I didn't. I'm like, trust me, you did it. Read the entire thing.
After 2 pages of empty space.
Heather read it because she printed it.
Oh.
She was right here. I'm like, oh, you printed it. That's cheating.
I read it because I noticed it at the bottom and thought that's important.
Yeah,
That's how I saw it too. I printed it out.
this guy, he always
Just
skins.
out of
I always scroll over to the
curiosity,
bottom.
if it had been a standard, Cisco box, would it have just been the greater than sign?
Because that's actually the name of the router. The system.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the default, if it's not configured to be router greater than or.
Yes, it'll be right. It'll be
Okay,
router.
that would be what, so,
Yes.
okay.
It'll actually just be router. Not the greater than them after it.
Okay.
Pretty sure it'll just be router. So. Yeah, William Cock was actually the one who fixed that. Because after we started using Telnet, there were so many false positives, so he figured that out. And that's why originally that was sent out as an email. Hey, I tried this and it fixes your problem. Yes.
Another interesting thing you can do is you can take the memory dumps and you can run them through a program to, it's the same people who make netmining, you can run it through a program to extract the packets from memory.
Oh, that'd be
And
cool.
you can export them as a PCAP.
What's that called?
It's, I'll have to Google it. But
Okay, if you send that to me, I'll send it to the class because that might be something cool. I've never tried that. Okay, so now that I indexed it, now let's go over to index search again. Whoa, we got data now. Y'all see that? So now I can go over here and click add, hit add on Ken. And these two I can get rid of. Yep, already got it. So I should be able to search and get the results instantly. DT search, allocated space, documents. That should be my PDF, shouldn't it be? Jeez, how many tabs you gonna give me here?
that program's called Cap Loader.
Alright, but so now we know the fix for that. It was under evidence, additional analysis tools, index. I don't know it's taking so long, but okay. Did that answer your question though? Everybody's happy now and how to do it in here? Obviously, since this is 6 versions newer, it probably does some stuff better. So try it. It might make your life easier. But I did do it all 1.8 and 1.6 for the search options because it worked easier. And plus I had it installed locally on my machine. So. All right, everybody good? Everybody know what you're going to do? Go answer the quiz questions. Oh, there it goes. It finally came up. Cancel. Finally came up. I know. Stop. Please stop. Okay. So it does show you the results. It just takes forever. And I don't know why I clicked, but it's taking forever. Okay. And when you're done, you obviously just exit out of here, and that will actually bring up your database at that point.
You broke it.
It does it all the time. So then we'll finally get the database to come back up, then you close the database out, and you're good. Alright, I'm going to shut my machine off. I don't know if I told you all this, when you're not using machine, shut it off. Because there's always people like this guy. Whoever has had Kali running, who hasn't used it in days. This guy right here, who's using that one? Couldn't be the instructor. It's always a good idea to turn them off. Okay? Alright, any questions? Everybody happy? Alright.